those lovely juicy escapes. But as we do get underway with round 1, we will be going away. Morphin Flower Rangers versus
Right to battle is what it is, and
Right to battle.
Really consistent first start. This is what typically what you'll see from this team. But oh my lord, Baco going into the back line, trying to get something started, but immediately being taken down to almost 20% HP. Unfortunate miss on that war lead, completely putting him vulnerable, and now he is struggling to find any sort of damage onto this enemy team.
Very, very lucky panic there. If Evildoer had his way, he would have managed to take Mighty Fine Go out for the entire round.
Yeah, this is actually quite an interesting start because you've seen the red team take so much damage in the beginning, but they've brought it all the way back. You see Screwface now sitting pretty low, but Trent has to sit in the back. He can't take much more damage, and Paloma being a character, once she uses her cooldowns, there's not much she has left. Ult has been dropped. She is very low. Needs to use that ult to heal up just a little bit. But Screwface now in a really bad situation, and Paloma is going to be dropping first. Jade immediately after. And
we're into 2v2 status as we do see a good dive away as Baco tried to get a butt slam onto Phantom Trickster. Trickster does have full ultimate, so if he can land that fish, it could be very good. And interesting ultimate there.
Yeah, it's kind of last-ditch efforts here from Right to Battle. They're not going to be able to... I'm sorry, not Right to Battle. That's a Mighty Morphin Flower Rangers that are playing from behind right now. They, of course, are up against the healer DPS comp, and they were very low, so not going to find much from that ult, and it's looking like curtains for Mighty Morphin Flower Rangers in this first round.
Ooh. That being said, he's hiding on his mount, but no, that will be the leap in by Evildoer. First round will go to Right to Battle.
Yes,
just
too much.
Those names. Just going into the stats a little bit. Most damage actually done by rank 1 on Molten Fury. Most of that done by Fireball. But actually, a lot of healing also being done by Phantom Trickster. So I think the idea is trying to get more sustained heals, maybe, from the polymer. It's also not dying immediately with Baco in the corner.
Yeah, pretty helpful strategy is not dying immediately. One of those things that does not work too well. And it's actually kind of weird because they did bring that game back pretty well. It's just when they got Screwface back into that corner, that's kind of where everything changed. But you can see it now. Baco playing a little bit more patient, not just jumping in immediately. And he did get stuck in a really bad situation last game where you saw him go into that corner. And now there's putting on consistent damage. Jade forced to jump away. Does have ult charge, but still looking pretty bleak for her.
What's only it's only one of the ultimates hit. The other one was bounced off of Baco's shield.
Yes, but rank 1 looking very low. A nice jump to avoid the snipe from Jade. Silence is back on just a little bit of damage as you see Rukon forced out of the situation, and now Jade looking very low.
Did get the ulti off, but Polymer did manage to get the ghost away, and it will just be this huge battle in the middle still. It's just all edges blazing. Mighty Fine Goat misses his charge, which means that his ultimate's also gone.
Yes, but Rukon falling on the blue team, looking pretty good for red team once again. Going to close off another game, shoved right into the wall, going to get caught out of that stealth. Not much she can do, trying to relieve this pressure of Baco, but it is just too much. Asuka has ult. They're going to make quick work off of this Pearl, and there's the ult. Completely maybe not. I don't even know what he was aiming at. But either way, that is going to be the second round going to... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Round number 2 is going to go to Mighty Morphin Flower Rangers. So we have a little bit switch of momentum here.
It's just a bit of a wrap up of last round. Mighty Fine Goat just found his positioning correctly and wasn't caught in the corner for once. So I guess having that extra HP is very important.
Oh yeah, HP is incredibly important in this game because once you hit 0, there's none left. One of the most valuable resources in this game, indeed. But all jokes aside, we see Trent rocking the other side. So going to be a little bit easier for her to get out of these sticky situations, trying to... Okay, that was actually really scary. Yeah, smart job keeping that dive. Going to get away from that Bako jump, because once he lands on you, especially right next to that wall, that spells a lot of damage. And rank 1 being shoved into the corner. This is looking really bad for rank 1. Okay, finally swapping out situations. Trent able to relieve some of that pressure, but a huge stun, looking very, very low.
On the flip side, Trix has just been left completely alone and had to walk back up to where the fight was. It's a very interesting idea to leave the Pearl alone.
Yes, and Screwface has got a pretty solid ult there onto rank 1. Rank 1 now sitting at about 50 HP. And Evil Doer had to get out of that situation because he was taking way too much damage. Looks like blue team is going to re-maintain orb control, but Bako wants to get something started. Immediate root coming out from Jade, and they're going to switch targets onto Ashka. Not finding enough damage. Instead, Jade going to take the majority of the damage. But once again, the okay, now missed everybody. Gonna get one little bubble. Missed the silence afterward. That could have been a guaranteed kill onto Ashka. An unfortunate miss, and Trent looking very low now. They need to close out these red team lives.
Oh, and the charge onto a Jade into the wall will secure that kill. Just quickly, have you seen MyFineGo actually land his ultimate once during this match?
That's a good question.
I don't think I've seen him land it a single time, and I'm not sure if that's because of the dodges or it's just bad positioning on his part. As we do see Link one finally fall.
Mr. Strike going to close out the remaining HP, and this is looking pretty solid for blue team. There is still some chance. Trent just needs to get one more hit, and now it's the 1v1 between supports, and of course Paloma has full ult charge. Are we going to see it?
There's the ult charge, and there's the panic, meaning that we will have a rooted Pearl just in this 1v1, Pearl versus Paloma. This is not a usual 1v1 that you usually see, so as the Circle of Death does go in.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that the wolf she threw at Pearl actually also bounced off Pearl and got the orb, so now Paloma is once again at full orb charge. A beautiful dive gonna allow Pearl to re-maintain that orb control. Wait to use that panic, there it is. And she does have full orb. I think she's gonna wait for the root. She didn't drop the ball, what happened?
Oh, I'm just waiting for that shark just to get... Oh, but it will miss, and it will be a fight to the death. Pearl will manage to just chuck her out of the circle with some good attacks. And that will be Pearl grabbing the round for 13.
Very phenomenal knockback and silence keeping Paloma out there. There was no... even if she had other side, which I believe she did at that point, she couldn't other side to avoid the take damage from the arena because of the silence. So pretty good job we're on Phantom Trick's part to Phantom Trickster's part to get Paloma out of the arena and make her unable to avoid that take damage. So gonna go into the next round, and we've been trading rounds so far. So blue team taking rounds 1 and 3. I'd like to see another adjustment and possibly get a round number 9. You know, round 9s are always exciting.
Fam Trickster, what were you doing? He was just somehow in front of the entire team and had to dive away, but still got slammed by MyFineGo, because once you use that dive, you're getting demolished either way because you don't have any escape.
Yeah, we see a lot of Pearls. I don't want to say unexperienced Pearls, but sometimes Pearls will blow that dive just to get the silence charge, and it looks like that's what happened. So she got the silence, but got caught in a really bad situation, and now Screwface does have full ult charge, but he has very low HP to back it up, trying to set up for a snipe, but a beautiful bulwark coming out to avoid the damage from Evil Goer and get him into a stun. That might be big damage, though, getting out of it with that bubble, and now he's stuck in a very bad situation, being back into this corner. This is looking like curtains for Jade. Oh! Okay, well,
Jade does fall down, flies across the arena as MyFineGo is starting to get into the groove.
Yes, and Evil Doer trying to sit in the back, throwing out these M2s, trying to find some damage. pulled Pearl out of that situation, but not going to be enough to avoid all that damage. Pretty low now, sitting at 46. They have quite the uphill battle, almost a 60% deficit, and a nice stun is going to be the end of Evildoer. He has no escapes and no energy. The little girl is next, and that, oh boy, he landed an ult for the first time today, and boy, did it matter.
Well, we are 2-2 and locked in a pretty big deadlock as we do get to our 5th round. That means that all Battlerite are picked up. Any unusual Battlerite we're seeing? We've got the usual shield dash into Raging Ram into Wall Slam.
Let's see. Evildoer actually opted for Demonic Hunt, something that more aggressive teams usually opt for. But he hasn't really been utilizing the Demonic Hunt very well, because you usually see like a Sinister Strike come out where it actually becomes a silence, but so it doesn't have that versatility for this game. So he's unfortunately stuck on the no silencing, which can be essentially really good for the pair up with Jade, because you can go into silence and then get a guaranteed snipe. But either way, not going to have that versatility this round, and red team going to start off with this orb control. Nothing blue team can do about it, and they're just building up this energy, getting the poke down, and Screwface and Evildoer are both taking a lot of damage from this Ashka that's just firing off in the back.
Screwface trying to bait out the Borak so he doesn't get the shot fired back into his face. He will be leaping in, and that is the wrong place to leap in, since you are going to be stuck in a corner, and it will just be a massive fight down the bottom. Double shock!
Yeah, this is going to be huge for blue team. A lot of damage coming out. Mighty Goat looking very low. The snipe not going to outlast the Bulwark, having to pull the trigger on that one. And yeah, set up the snipe, not going to get it this time. And Evildoer trying to finish off Baco in the back line, but red team going to find the orb, and Baco going to jump on top of that scary ghost and end that man's life. And a Bulwark coming out, looking bad for blue team. Huge momentum shift. That is exactly what red team needed, despite being caught up by that shark.
I thought that shark would have had it. They had the combo there, but it seems there was a little bit too much mayhem on the side.
Oh yeah, mayhem is too much for this blue team, man. That was quite an explosive battle. I feel like they just got too comfortable from that Pearl ult. They're like, yo man, look how much damage we just got because of that. And I just don't think they were expecting the explosive fireback that Baco had. So we're going to see if red team can do much about it this time. And a beautiful pull from Rukon, going to get Baco out of the situation, going to try and fend himself off for a 1v1, while Jade and Pearl are, well, now it's kind of done now. Well, it's already happened, but now we're back into this poke game, and orb control going very convincingly to red team once again.
Well, we got Mighty Fine Go managing to just easily shove away the orb, as we do see him leap onto Phantom Trickster, getting that max HP down. That is the most important thing in this game. Making sure they can't heal right back up.
Yeah, but a nice silence coming out, gonna avoid that charge stun under the wall. But red team still looking so dominating as they just pull Rukon to the side and just show him where to park his car, man. He is absolutely out of this fight, and this is, oh, good lord. I don't know if you saw what just happened, but Trent dragged that man into the team in mid-flight. Baco threw him into the wall. Good lord, that was delicious to watch.
Absolutely perfect there. And it seems Mighty Fine has finally caught into the groove, as they are match point. We do see the Morphin Flower Rangers picking up this game if they can just take this last round.
Yes, Mighty Goat jumping into the back line, but Phantom Trickster, of course, having that dive, getting out of the situation. Ashka trying to create a separation while Mighty Fine Goat just pins Rukon to the wall once again. They seem to be wanting to target Rukon because it worked so well last round. They understand that he doesn't really have that much escapes once his Sinister Strike is done. So now they're kind of playing this patient game, waiting for the orb. Of course, it's about 5 seconds left till spawn. And a nice wall going to completely separate that snipe from connecting.
As we do get into the almost the 1 minute mark, it's almost even Stevens on the health, just absolutely trying to get an action here.
Yes,
and
but
that panic onto
good lord, the complete momentum switch. Red team landing 2 incredibly well-placed ults, switching the momentum entirely. Jade and Rukon, the only ones left, very low HP, shoved into the corner, and that is looking like curtains for the red team. Good lord, what a switch.
And that will be GG. Mighty Morphing Flower Rangers will advance, and they will face Cute Boy Crew in the quarterfinals. Our other